What's up guys, this is my 2024 Kia Forte GT manual, and this is my 20,000 mile review video, walk around review video, mods video, and my thoughts on the ownership of this car. Let's start from the front. I blacked out the front badge, kept the silver trim alone. I had a GT badge on the fender, as you can tell. I did 40% tint all around. The windshield did 70%. All around is 40. I got rid of the Forte badge in the back. Same thing, blacked out Kia badge in the back. I also have resonated mid-pipe from Evilla. And I also have storm springs, which is 1 inch in the front and 0.8 in the back. They're storm springs. They're Korean brand. I got them off a 6-element website, and I was looking at them again. I was gonna leave a link for you guys, but I did not see them anymore, so they're probably discontinued on the 6 website, but that doesn't mean you can't find it anywhere else. I know there's some Korean websites that will let you buy some Hyundai Kia parts and then transfer it, ship it here to US. I also have Eibach sway bar in the back. Of course you cannot tell that it's there, but it's there and makes the car handle slightly better, I would say. So if you guys are on the fence, I would highly recommend getting the sway bar for your Kia Forte GT. I also have, you can see that this is a little different than what you would find in a Forte. This is from a, I believe, 2018 Hyundai Elantra Sport hatchback. Let's go for a drive and then I'll explain the rest. So that's from a hatchback version of the Elantra Sport. Originally I had Veloster R-Spec Sport short shifter. While it was a great shifter, I just thought that the shifter itself was sitting a little too low, and it would hit the plastic and reverse, first, third, and fifth, this little pull-up ring, and I just got annoyed with hearing constantly boink, boink, boink. So I was looking for a solution to get a better looking shifter, just because OEM shifter is just not, I don't like the way it looks, honestly. So I was doing some research, and all the parts lined up from Elantra Sport hatchback, so I just decided to get it, and it was technically plug and play. You didn't really need to do anything else. If you're doing a short shifter, you would need to take everything off, cut a few things and all of that, but with this one it was just completely plug and play, honestly. And so the issues that I've had with the car, I did a 10,000 mile review video on this car last year from a different account. You guys won't be able to find it. I accidentally deleted that email, full email, which Gmail is connected to YouTube, so that video is gone. So originally I had no issues, and at about 18,000 miles I've had my clutch replaced under warranty. I didn't really want to go to the dealership. I'm not a fan of dealerships, and apparently I've had that issue since the beginning, because after getting the car back I've had no issues with the shifter. It feels like it would, before I got it replaced, it feels like it would get kind of stuck in first, second gear when you go into neutral. Now it's just smooth like butter. So I'm glad I took care of that finally. Like I said, didn't want to go, and I finally decided. I was like, all right, it's time. And it was making when it was in neutral, it would make like a helicopter sound or a squeaky sound, which was driving me crazy, because this is a brand new car, and you know, have those sounds was just sounding like an old car. But this road is really bad. But I can also demonstrate you that the sway bar and the springs on this road for you guys. The springs made the car a little bit stiffer. I wouldn't say that it became super stiff, but it's definitely noticeable. Not in a bad way. I actually really like how this feels. It feels planted and feels perfect, honestly. I do drive this car spiritedly every once in a while. Not all the time, just because it's my car, and try to be nice to her. As nice as I can, right? We all are. I know there's some people that like to push her hard, and I don't blame you guys, because it's a really good car. And I also, since the car doesn't come with wireless, hopefully you guys can see it's getting a little dark. The car doesn't come with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so I had to get an adapter. This one's from Quadlock, which I've honestly been waiting to get an adapter, just because I've heard things that, you know, they're kind of cheap and they don't last long. But I've had no issues with this one so far. It would disconnect every once in a while, but not very often. It doesn't really annoy me when it does. So, I mean, and let's talk about the exhaust. So, I've had a resonator delete at about 1,800 miles. I wanted to get more sound out of the car. So I did a resonator delete. Oh, there's a lot of and I enjoyed it in the beginning, and eventually I just wanted to get a little bit more sound out of it, especially when I'm, you know, above 2,000 to 3,000 RPM. I guess above 3,000 RPM. With the resonator delete, it wasn't very noticeable that you have, you know, some kind of exhaust done to the car, which some people prefer it. I really liked it, but I wanted to get more. So I got an Avila resonated mid-pipe. It was his, if you buy it right now, this moment, he has a different resonator now, because the one that I had when I first bought it, it would leak. Like, it would, after 2 months or so, 3-4 months, I would get an exhaust leak. My girlfriend, she has a Elantra Sport, and we got the same resonator. If you guys are curious, the hangers that hold the pipe in the middle, they don't align with Hyundai, so he made me a different hanger, which I appreciate that. And her resonator will also leak, so I was like, hey Eli, you know, we're having some issues. And he did say that there was a few people that would have issues, but us specifically, I think I swapped 4 or 5 different mid pipes. And I'm not trying to scare you guys or anything. He's using a different resonator now, which so far has been so good. I've had it for a while now, and I've actually liked this one way more. It just sounds better than the generation before I had. And I also, in the process of switching, you know, pipes, I asked him if I can get a straight pipe version. So I paid a little bit more money. I got the straight pipe version. While it sounded really nice, I liked the pops that it was making while it was shifting. I just found it a little bit too loud for my liking. I let my girlfriend drive the car, and I can hear the car maybe a block or two away. You know, ooh, not what I was looking for. But I've always been curious on the straight pipe, and there was drone at about 55. I can't remember the RPMs, but I remember the miles an hour. At around 55, 57, it would drone. and at about 27-29, maybe 27-30 miles an hour, it would also drone. Where I live, speed limits are mostly, you know, 25 miles an hour road, so I would constantly hear whoa, the humming sound, and I just got a little annoyed with it. So put the resonator back on, the resonated mid-pipe back on, and I'm not looking to do anything else with the car. I was debating of getting the axle back from MBRP, but I might just leave the car alone. And I have done nothing to the engine bay, completely stock. I don't really need, you know, extra 5-10 horsepower, and I'm still under warranty, so I'm not trying to, you know, mess around with that. Even though I have the the mid pipe. Getting confused here. I have the mid pipe, but you know, that's a mid pipe. That's not really related to a powertrain warranty, unlike, you know, cold air intake or a tune. So yeah, and I've also have a weird creaking sound, squeaking sound, I guess it's more of a creaking sound, on the sunroof, especially in the summer with the shade open. There would be some kind of creaking. I put some grease on it and it would still make a sound. I don't really want to go to a dealership just for that, but if I get really annoyed, just like with my shifter, I might go and, you know, let them take a look at it. And in the winter time, I don't know if it's just my car or not. Just let me guys know if you have the same issue, but the wheel, especially in the mornings when it's cold, would make kind of like a squeaking sound when you turn it, like wee, wee. I've read online that it's like sort of normal. I've read that, you know, Lexus owners have the same issue, so I just left it alone. I don't hear it in the summer just because it's warm outside, right? So let me guys know if you have the same issue with the steering wheel making noises. And yeah, the iBox sway bar is, look at this, it's amazing. Plus the springs too, it just plants the car so nicely. I might eventually get a few more suspension bracing. I might get the strut tower brace, maybe. I'm still not sure. It's a front wheel drive car, so might leave it alone. But if I do end up getting more for the back, I am probably gonna get the one for the front too, just to even it out a bit. It's definitely gonna be a little stiffer, and maybe it's not good just because these roads are not, you know, they're not amazing. All these bumps. And I almost forgot to tell you guys that since the car, this is a manual, it came with Michelin summer tires. So I swapped them to Continental Seasons, the famous DWS06 Plus, and I think they're really, really great. Like I said, I drive this car spiritedly every once in a while, and they just hold the car super nice. We have an on and off ramp here close to where I live. You can make, you know, 8 on the freeway, back off the freeway, and it's just, you know, a figure 8, and it's really, really amazing. So that's pretty much that. Like I said, the car has been great besides the clutch, which I've had an issue from the beginning, so it was just a factory defect, you can say that, right? But besides that, the sunroof is, you know, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Came with LED headlights. I didn't really have to switch anything else. I do have LED reverse turn signals and LED license plate lights and turn signals in the back. I think I already said that. But that's the only LED swap I had to do. Unlike my older car, I had to put, you know, LED. I had projector headlights, so I don't want to hear in comments that, oh, you put LEDs and reflector lights. No, they were projector lights, that's why I put them in. So no blinding, nothing like that. I can also, you know, you can adjust your headlights. And it also has interior LED lighting, which may be a little too bright. I think I prefer, you know, that yellow cozy light, but I mean, it came with it. And I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys are curious, if you guys are debating of getting a Kia Forte GT, I would highly recommend getting it. Probably get, if you can, if you're not planning on modifying it, probably get certified pre-owned, just so you can get that, you know, 100,000 10-year mile warranty. Because if you're a second owner, not CPO, you're only getting, I think it's 5 years, 60,000 mile. But if you're looking to modify your car, get what you want, right? Get whatever fits your budget. It's all that matters. Car is still great. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.